The rain whispered against the window, a gentle curtain falling on a chapter's end. Each drop seemed to echo the hush that had settled in the room, a soft lullaby for memories that refused to fade. The world outside blurred, as if the rain itself was trying to wash away the past, leaving only the present moment suspended in time.
The sky was a canvas of gray, mirroring the ache inside me. There was no thunder, just the steady rain, washing everything clean. The city moved on, unaware of the storm brewing within my heart. Each step I took felt heavier, as if the clouds above pressed down, urging me to let go of what I could no longer hold.
The room felt heavy with unspoken words and faded promises. Shadows lingered in the corners, reminders of laughter and love that once filled the space. Now, only the sound of rain remained, a gentle companion to my solitude.
This wasn't a day for anger. That fire burned out long ago, leaving only acceptance. I'd cried, bargained, and finally surrendered to reality. The tears had dried, replaced by a quiet understanding that some things are meant to end. I sat in silence, feeling the weight of goodbye settle gently on my shoulders.
Today, a profound stillness took root, a calm after the storm. The wilted flowers and faded photographs were silent witnesses to the life we once shared. Letting go was not easy, but in the quiet, I found a strange sense of peace.
I looked around, detached, as if watching someone else's story. The echoes of our past lingered, but I knew it was time to move forward. The love hadn't died suddenly. It withered, starved of care. It faded slowly, like the last light of day slipping beneath the horizon. I realized that endings are not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes they arrive quietly, wrapped in the gentle hush of rain.
The rain was my witness. It marked the closing of one chapter and the uncertain promise of another. The final scene was set, and I was ready to play my part, stepping into the unknown with a heart both heavy and hopeful.
My movements were quiet and deliberate. No frantic packing, no slammed drawers. I separated my life from his, choosing only what was truly mine. Each item I packed was a piece of myself reclaimed. The bag was light, a testament to how much of me had already left. I wasn't running from him, I was running toward myself. I paused at the bedroom door, looking back at the unmade bed, the cold space between us. My final act, leaving the key on the counter, a simple, definitive gesture. The silence was my final word, more powerful than any argument. As I stood in the hallway, memories came as sharp snapshots. My forgotten birthday, the untouched cake, the ache of being an afterthought. I remembered the promotion he barely acknowledged, my joy deflating in the silence. We lived in separate worlds, our lives running on parallel tracks. I learned to comfort myself, my independence forged in his absence. The most painful memory wasn't a single event, but the slow erosion of connection. His eyes glazed over, his phone more interesting than my presence. These memories weren't weapons. They were truths that set me free. My hand was steady as I reached for the doorknob.
Kaito woke to silence. The rain had stopped, the bed was cold and empty. No sound of Nia in the kitchen, no trace of her perfume. The apartment felt hollow, stripped of her life. He called her name. Only silence answered. Her side of the closet was half empty. Her shoes and coat were gone. The key on the counter was a silent verdict. Regret crashed down. He saw the nights he'd been absent, the love he'd let slip away. He realized he'd taken her for granted, letting the light go out. Now the home was just a house, cold, empty, haunted by what he'd lost.
Next to the key was a letter, my final offering, not of blame, but of truth. I wrote it with trembling hands, knowing these words would be the last I'd ever leave for you. The rain outside seemed to echo the ache in my chest, each drop a memory I couldn't hold on to any longer. My dearest Kaito, if you're reading this, I am gone. I wish I could have found the courage to say these things aloud, but the silence between us grew too thick, too heavy to break. This wasn't easy. My heart is heavy with memories of our love and laughter. I remember the warmth of your hand in mine, The way we used to talk for hours about nothing and everything. But the laughter faded, replaced by an empty quiet. The rooms that once echoed with our joy now feel hollow, filled only with the sound of rain and the weight of words left unsaid. I felt like a ghost in our home, reaching for you through glass. I watched you drift further away, both of us trapped behind invisible walls, unable to reach each other no matter how hard we tried. A relationship needs presence. We stopped showing up. The spaces between us grew wider until it felt like we were living parallel lives, side by side but never truly together. I can't keep waiting, shrinking to fit the spaces you left. I tried to hold on, to make myself smaller, hoping you'd notice the emptiness, but I lost myself in the process. I deserve to be seen, to be loved fully. I am learning to stand tall again, to find strength in my own reflection even as tears fall. You deserve someone who doesn't feel like a reminder of what's missing. I hope you find someone who brings you light, not shadows, who fills your days with laughter again. This is goodbye in acceptance and love, for myself most of all. I am choosing to let go, not out of anger, but out of hope for both our futures. I hope you find happiness. I will always cherish the beginning, but I can't live in the end. I am stepping into the rain, into the unknown, trusting that there is something better waiting for us both. I closed the door behind me, a final punctuation mark on a chapter I never thought I'd finish. The click echoed in the hallway, louder than I expected, and for a moment I just stood there, hand still on the knob, feeling the weight of what I'd left behind. No tears, just relief and the fresh air after rain. The world outside felt washed clean, as if the storm inside me had finally passed too. I inhaled deeply, letting the cool air fill my lungs, and felt a quiet sense of freedom settle in. The sun broke through, promising a brighter day. Each golden ray seemed to whisper that change was possible, that even after the darkest night, light finds its way back in. Walking away, I felt full of hope, possibility, and a renewed sense of self. My steps were slow at first, but with every stride I felt lighter, as if the burdens I'd carried for so long were finally slipping away. For so long my happiness depended on him. I measured my worth by his moods, my dreams by his approval, and my peace by his presence. Now I was just Nia, no longer defined by someone else's expectations, but by my own choices and desires. I could finally see myself clearly, unfiltered and true. I was the author of my own story, the pages blank and waiting. Each day ahead was unwritten, and for the first time, that didn't scare me. It thrilled me. Each step was a move toward an unknown, hopeful future. The path wasn't clear, but I trusted myself to find the way, even if I had to carve it out step by step. True strength is letting go, choosing peace over chaos. It's the courage to release what no longer serves you, and to embrace the quiet power of starting over. As I turned the corner, I didn't look back. The past was behind me, and I was ready to meet whatever waited ahead. Ahead was the dawn, a new beginning. The world felt wide open, full of promise, and I was finally ready to claim it as my own.
The final goodbye isn't just an ending. It's the brave, beautiful first step toward a new hello. Every journey starts with a single step, and sometimes that step is the most courageous thing you'll ever do.